Okay. Hey, stop. Check your cash. 14. Wala na sila mga ano. Hi. Just in case.
All the way down?
All the way down though.
Like the plumbing, the electrical, the toilet, the bed, everything, the bathroom, the wall, the bathing, they got everything else in there as well, like the bed, the dress, the things, the towels, the soaps, the coffee makers, everything down to a standing for the
Oh, Capitan Jose, however you prefer. Hola, hi, Happy New Year's, everybody.
Happy New Year!
Hey, well, next 25 minutes, we're going to enjoy some of the history along the river, these beautiful holiday lights that they put on the day after Thanksgiving. I do got to present a safety issue, and that is if you do accidentally fall into this water, please, just stand up and walk across. It's only 3 feet. Don't do the dying cockroach on me out there and start flapping around, and I have to get a lifeguard to rescue you. But we're coming up to the first event, La Villita. And then the second event, which is the Arneson Theater right there in front of us on the left coming up. This is where we broadcast our river parades, concerts, and events throughout the year. And this little stage on your right, Sandra Bullock made this thing very famous for us in the movie Miss Congeniality back in the year 2000, right here on your right. Thanks, Sandra, because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have anything to say about this stage. Thank you, Sandra. The bridge you're getting ready to go under is called Rosita Bridge. Rosita Fernandez was a pioneer in the Tejano music back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. In 1968, Lady Bird Johnson gave her the title of San Antonio First Lady of Song. Coming up in front of you on the right, the Bristol Western Art Museum. In 1930 to 1968, this was our main library. In 68 to 2001, it became the Lurchburg World Circus Museum. And inside this museum today is going to have Pancho Villa's Last Known Saddle, General Santa Anna's ceremonial soldiers in there, and they have a bunch of real nice crafty stuff from the native Indians, a bunch of stuff from Gene Autry and John Wayne. And I really love these guys because since I'm retired military, if you're a veteran, it's for free to come to this museum, and I come 3 or 4 times out of the year. Now this bridge we're getting ready to go under is one of 5 cast iron bridges that we have on this river. But this one particularly is the lowest one. I always knock on something to make sure I get a good look because I haven't had nobody bump on this bridge yet. Now there's an iron table that sticks up with this island here in front of us on the right. This was presented to us in 1991 to artists to honor Father Damien Massonet. And on this island, 1691, Father Damien Massonet held his first mass on this island. When you get up close, it's in the shape of a heart. And look at that shape for hundreds of years. Let's keep it in that shape. We call this medallion on the average year at around the ceremonies on the side. Across here in front of you is called Old Mills Crossing. Very popular in 1890 for Teddy Roosevelt, the Rough Riders, and Pancho Villa to use this crossing. Coming up on the right, the Westin Hotel. Inside this hotel today is known to have 17 European castle furnishings in there. And also when the San Antonio Spurs to their basketball team, this is where the victory team stays. If you skip If you look to your left and you look up top of this building, there's a beautiful flag on this building. This is called the Tower Light Building. But look at it very closely. You see those curtains that stick out of this building at the very top? Those curtains were featured in the first Ghostbuster movie back in 1984. Now we have these two brothers, they're called the Smith brothers. In 1929, they're the ones that purchased the building and added this feature to this building. They also added, if you look to your left, right below the second floor window, these facial faces right here. Now the Smith brothers, they were very superstitious back in those days, and when they added all these features to the building, it was supposed to help them ward off the evil spirits and bad business. But in 1929, we had the stock market crash. And the four Smith brothers, they paid $3 million for this building and they lost it to 10 cents through the dollar. This devastated them so severely that they were broke the rest of their life and never recovered after that. Coming up on the right, the International Center. This today is the trading offices of Mexico, Canada, and the United States. Also underneath this building here on the right is one of the submarinos that houses our 43 battery-operated boats. In front of you, past this bridge, that's the oldest courthouse in Texas. This is called the Bexar County Courthouse, 1852, and completed in 1856. And we're going to make a right turn right here on this bridge. Now, if I make this turn, there's going to be a bridge right in front of you. So what I'd like you to do is to look right above this bridge, because there is hundreds of locks on it all the way across. This is called Love Lock Fence. The locals, they come over here, they bring them out with them, and when they stand on this bridge, they promise their love for each other. I love you, baby. They put the lock on and then they throw the key in the river. I always say, there's a little city park on the left and they meet in the park, they engage on this bridge, and then they could divorce at that courthouse. But there's just about every imaginable kind of lock behind us on this bridge. And some people just stand on this bridge just to read the locks, because each of the locks has a personal saying to them. Some people just like to read those locks. And then you got some people that come back a year or two later after they put that lock up there, and my God, they spend the whole day up there trying to find that lock. Coming up, as we pass this bridge, if you look to your left is the main plaza. And inside this main plaza, we have the oldest cathedral in Texas. It's called the St. Fernando Cathedral. In 1722, we had 16 Canary Islanders show up here from Spain to establish the 5 missions that we have here today. And also in that cathedral, it has the ashes of many of the defenders of the Alamo Complex. In front of you, right next to the street light, that is the oldest cypress tree on this river, over 300 years old, 90 feet tall and 30 feet wide. Now we're going to make a right turn right here, and we're going to go through this floodgate. But the nickname of this floodgate is the guillotine, because it comes straight down. And I hope it never has a malfunction when we come through here. There we go. On your right is the Hugman Oasis Bar. It's a nice spot to take a break off the river, kind of relax a little bit, but they're closed on Mondays. In front of you, coming up on the right, is the Canopy Hotel, built by Hilton. Now the story here is 5 years ago, when the Hilton wanted to build this hotel, they wanted to build their hotel from the very bottom up. But oops, look what was in the way right here on the right, the Esquire Tavern. It's a historical building. It's been here since 1933. So because of that, the Port Hilton had to build completely around it. They could not touch one stone of this building. And inside the Esquire is known to have the longest wooden beer soaked bar, over 110 feet long. That is the longest bar in the state of Texas. As we pass this bridge, on the right is the Aztec Theater. This came to us in 1926. So back then we had silent movies. So we had performers like Valentino, Charlie Chaplin show up here, and many, many others. But look to your right. There's a stone sculpture of an Aztec up there that looks pretty cool. Yeah, that's been there in 1926. There's also a two-ton chandelier there in the center of it. Now you see this bridge in front of you. This bridge is to honor Robert Hudman. He's the architect and the father of the river. But in 1997, Jennifer Lopez shot some scenes on this bridge in the movie Salina. So from there on after, we call this Salina's Bridge. This is also the original spot that Selena's husband, Christian, proposed to her on this bridge. On the right, the Frank Sadler Building, 1906. On your left is La Mansion Hotel. This is the hotel that Jennifer Lopez stayed in during the shooting of the movie Selena. So she was known to be up and down these parts of the river quite a bit. With 5 big bodyguards and a big long and so they couldn't get nowhere near her. Now we're going to have an optical illusion coming at you. If you're trying to get your cameras ready, your phones ready, or if you just want to look. Because this building is a one-sided building. It's going to look like nothing's holding it up. And it might even look like it's going to fall on you. As soon as we pass this bridge, look to your left and then straight up. But look very high up there. The higher up you look, the more effects you're going to get. Look to your left and then straight up. Yeah, look at that. This is the Witch Building, built in 1930. The first medical center that provided services to one station. It's the first air-conditioned building for this size of a building. And if you look at the slanted windows right here on your left, that's the drive-in for the very first indoor garage. It's been vacant for us for a few years because they're going to make a hotel out of it. So famous people born here, you guys remember Carol Burnett, Lieutenant Colonel Oliver Moore, and Daniel Cincinnati. On your right, you got Ben and Jerry's. You got the Harley Davidson shop. And then on the left, if you like steaks and seafood, you got Landry. As we're making this turn, in front of you on the left, you got a bird in the top. That's called Mad Dog. But if you notice that cypress tree right next to the sign, that cypress tree was planted in 1991 to honor the Queen's visit, Queen Elizabeth. If you look to your right, look on top of this building, there's a beautiful room on this building. This is called the Casino Club Building. This is built in 1927. The Germans and French, they wanted a place to socialize, so they built this building. I just don't get the name over and over, Casino Club Building, because it's never been a casino. The other thing about this building, if you guys remember the author of, Roots, Alex Henry, he resided here for a short period of time. He's known to do a couple of chapters of the book Roots here before he published it. We're now entering what we call Restaurant Square, because if you look around you, especially past this bridge on the right, my God, these restaurants are right on top of each other. On a real busy night, you can't even walk on these sidewalks. I've seen it many times. There's so many people that the foot traffic just comes to the free stop. No room to move. It's like maybe start jumping into the river. But on that note, on the average year, we have over 500 accidental falls into the river. And it's not only boats. It's a lot of good times, partying, and area that goes on up and down the river. Now this restaurant right here on the right that has the green umbrellas, the name is Boudreaux. Last week they were named one of the top 50 best restaurants in the whole United States right here on the right. Now there's a statue in front of you on the right. That's Robert Hudman. In 1941, Robert Hudman, he brought his office and he placed it at the bottom of this building to prove to all the business owners that it was safe to bring the business down here and not to be scared of the flood. Well, because of that, we have our Riverwalk today because of Robert Hudman, 1941. Come Coming up on the right, the oldest restaurant on this river, Go Rio. These guys have been around for over 80 years, and it is still run by the same family. They have the privilege to have the title to be called the first restaurant to open up on this river, and they are very proud of that. Unfortunately, they're closed on Monday. We're going to make a left turn under this bridge, and as we make this turn, we are now leaving the natural part of the river. All this behind me is all mud. We are now entering what we call the man-made extension. All this straight ahead in front of you, this is all made out of concrete. No, 3. Right there on the right. The man-made extension. This was built in 1968 to make it easy for us to get to the shops of the River Center, the mall, and to the Henry Gonzalez Convention. Look at that one.
Well, you know, he pioneered buildings techniques called modular construction.
Now, if you look behind me, above the bridge on my left, there's a monument that pops up, and this is called the Torch of Friendship. This was presented to us by the Mexican government in the year 2002. If you see the way it intertwines a little bit, it talks about our relationship with Mexico, that at times we do have our differences, but at the top, we always find a happy medium to continue that border relationship. In front of you, if you look up, is the Marriott Hotel. In 1985, they started construction in this hotel, and they finished it in 1988. Now, the idea behind the planners of this hotel, because right under it is the mall. And their idea was that you shopped all day until you drop dead tired. You go up to your room, go to sleep, wake up the next day, and you start shopping all over again, all in the same place. On your right, 750 feet up in the air, is the Tower of America. This came to us in 1968 during the World Fair. At the very top up there, there's a restaurant up there that rotates 360 degrees. You're having a nice beverage, you take a drink and you're facing south. You take another drink and all of a sudden you're facing north. I'm not sure if it's that beverage kicking in or if it's the restaurant time. Now look at this sculpture here in front of you. This thing was wrapped up for about 5 months. They just unveiled it a few weeks ago, and it's a stargazer. It's a lady, she's sitting down, she's holding that little white star, and she is looking up into the stars. This is made out of a volcanic rock from Mexico by a famous Mexican artist, Pedro Reyes. Now, do you guys remember a character by the name of Steve-O from the show Jack Blink? Look at this bridge right here. Not this street level, not this one, but the street level bridge. Well, Mr. Steve-O, he was standing up on top of that bridge. And from up there, he decided to jump into this water. Not realizing this is only 3 feet deep and there's nothing but cement on the bottom. When he landed, he broke over 8 bones in his body. He is one of the 2 people that's not allowed to return back to San Antonio because of this. First person is on the outboard to get Ozzy, who's eliminated on the own. Now, as we pass this bridge, we are now entering what we call the River Center, the shops of the River Center, or the River Center Mall. This is the second biggest mall in San Antonio, right here in front of us. There's over 1 million square feet of business space here. It's been built in 1985 for over $250 million of somebody's tax money right here, because I was playing G.I. Joe in the jungles of Panama around that time. I love it, the tourists love it, and the San Antonians love it, because this boat going up and down the river, believe it or not, is the second major attraction in San Antonio. Our first major attraction in San Antonio is the element. I always tell the husbands and boyfriends when they're in this area for them to hide their wallets. They put their hands on their wallets, because for the women, There's over 125 shops for them to come and spend money right here. They spend it as good as my wife likes to spend it. Yeah, I'm always broke at the end of the day. But like they say, happy wife, happy life. Happy spouse, happy house. No money, no honey. Coming up in front of you on the left, this loading area to us is considered to be our most popular loading area. I always say it's because we have such a wide variety of beverages in there. I always warn everybody because the frozen margaritas that they sell out of here on Facebook and on Twitter will definitely give you a nice warm touch to your body real quick. But it's the most popular drink. Everybody loves it. Now you see this bridge that's in front of you here. As soon as we pass this bridge, I'd like for you to take a look to the right. We're going to run into a 12th century St. Statue from Portugal. The name is St. Anthony de Paula. In 1968, during the World Fair, the Portugal government, they had a pavilion here. They showed up here in San Antonio. They showed up with this beautiful statue that's right here to your right. This is St. Anthony. Now the reason that they placed him here is because in 1691, this is where Father Damien Massonet blessed the river and named this river the San Antonio River. That's how we got the name of our river. In front of you, right up these trees, there's a church that likes to hide back there. This is St. Joseph's Catholic Church. In 1868, the Germans were determined to build a church in their native language. They built this beautiful church stone by stone. Now this church did not have a roof or windows for over 40 years. And then in 1902, by way of Munich, Germany, they brought in these beautiful stained glass windows that occupies all the windows in there today. They also have an all-male choir that sings in German once a month, and the name is San Antonio Liturgras. If you look in front of you, to your left, and you look up, is the Hilton at Palacio del Rio, the palace on the river. In 1968, during the World Fair, we're in desperate need of another hotel, and we needed it fast. This was the last hotel built for the World Fair. We had about 255 days left before the World Fair started. This hotel was built in 200 days. Now, the way they built this hotel that fast, look at the square miles of the rooms up there. They look like boxes. Each one of those rooms was built 6 miles south of here, completely furnished. The beds were made, the rugs thrown in there, towels hanging in the bathroom, a little Bible on the table. They were transported over here 10 a day on a flatbed truck. And when they arrived over here, there's 7,000 pounds for each of those units, and they are completely identical. They raised them up for